Let's turn to news coming to us from Jerusalem, because the mother of two Israeli sisters who were killed in a gun attack on the West Bank on Friday has died of wounds she sustained in that attack. The family has released pictures of Lucy D, seen here with her two daughters, Maya and Rina. The three of them were travelling in a car when a gunman opened fire on them. The two sisters died at the scene. Well, let's go live to Jerusalem and to our correspondent Lucy Williamson. And Lucy, terrible news just emerging in the last, half an hour or so.
Yes, within the last hour or so, we've got a statement from the hospital where Lucy D was being treated. She was evacuated by helicopter from the scene. She's been in a critical condition ever since that attack in the occupied West Bank. And we've got a statement through today saying that despite teams fighting for her life over the past few days, despite supreme and unceasing efforts, she has now been declared dead. Of course, this comes just a day after her husband, Rabbi Leo D, held a funeral for his two daughters who were killed in that attack. And it was clear what a difficult occasion that was for him and also for his three remaining children, all of whom who spoke at the funeral. We were there at the funeral yesterday, and I spoke to the mayor of the settlement where the family lived and asked the mayor how Rabbi D was coping, and he said to me, well, he's here to bury his two daughters and he doesn't know yet whether he's going to be back to bury his wife, so you can imagine how he's doing.
And Lucy, in terms of the tension in the area, it's been a terrible, 4 or 5 days. What is it like at the moment?
Well, talking about the wider region, the past week has seen a real rise in tension, a series of rocket attacks on multiple fronts from Gaza, from South Lebanon and also from Syria. Israel responding with airstrikes in those areas. And a lot of the rise in tension has been attributed to the actions of Israeli police at the Al-Aqsa Mosque here in Jerusalem. There were scenes of the police going in to clear the mosque of people who were barricading themselves inside, and confrontations between the two inside the mosque. Today, in the last couple of days, it seems the Israeli police have taken a slightly different approach. There have been religious visits by Jewish worshippers to the same compound, and that was the reason the Israeli police gave for trying to clear the mosque in the first place. But in the last couple of days, they've taken a slightly different tactic. They've allowed people to stay inside the mosque and have simply increased security between the two groups of people as those Jewish visitors crossed over the compound. They've also made efforts to keep young men out of the mosque at the same time. So I think we've seen a reduction in tensions in the Al-Aqsa compound itself over the past couple of days. But in terms of the wider region, the tensions are still fairly high.